Hello friends, and welcome back to the Mothership. Today we are smoking up these absolutely beautiful looking pineapple jalapeno spare ribs. Let's get started. Here we have a rack of spare ribs. Let's get it out of the vac and let's see what we're working with. Now for trimming, I am just going to pull off the top section here of the sternum meat. Alright, this is a bit weird. This bone goes from, like, this is the full bone right here. It gets very small in the next one. Strange. Usually they're more uniform like that, but that's the way a cookie crumbles. I'm going to keep this. I do have a plan for these guys. As far as trimming, you could pull off some of this hard fat. I'm not going to bother with it. You could pull off a little bit here too. I'm also not going to bother with it. I am going to take probably maybe 2 ribs off the side here, just because it's smaller and I don't think it's going to cook as evenly. Something like that. And we'll flip her over. I'm going to pull this off. Now these still have the membrane on them, so I got to get that off. So stick a knife underneath. And then try to get your finger underneath there. There's a big pocket of fat on top of the membrane, which is making this a little bit more of a pain than usual. I could try and pull that off. Now honestly, that's probably good enough. Alright, first thing we want to do is get some salt on here. You know the drill, guys. Half a teaspoon to a teaspoon per pound of meat. We probably pulled off a pound. This was 4 pounds when I started. Probably half of this is bone. So you want to focus on, well, let's say 1.5 pounds of meat, and that's where your starting calculation is. But you do what you need to do. Basically, get a bunch of salt on here. Alright, now this is going to go into the fridge until all that salt absorbs, and then we'll come back and throw a rub on it. Now for our rub here, we're going to go kind of Cajun style. We're going to start with some paprika, some onion powder, some oregano, some brown sugar, some black pepper, some white pepper, some cayenne pepper, and lastly some thyme. It's going to get all mixed together, and this is what's going to go onto our ribs. Salt has all been absorbed, so now let's get this rub on here. We don't need to put any binder on because the salt pulled some moisture out of it, made a nice tacky surface. So let's just get this coated down with our rub. Make sure to get your sides. I don't focus on this side, guys. You certainly can if you want. But I'm not eating the bones, so it doesn't really matter. I do have a little bit left, so go ahead. But in general, I don't worry about the membrane side. I focus on the meat side. And those look pretty good to me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this back in the fridge until we're actually ready to get our smoker going. And then we'll toss these suckers on. Alrighty, ribs are now on. I'm going to try and run this like usual, about 250 to 275. I'm going to let them go for a couple hours before I even think about them. We'll come back in like 2 or 3 hours to see if they need spritzing. Just continually putting more wood chunks on to make sure I get that smoke I'm looking for. And let it do its thing. Alright, we're about 4 hours into this cook, and honestly, my intention was to start spritzing with pineapple juice just to get some pineapple flavor on there, but these ribs are actually progressing a lot faster than I expected. We're in the 180s now, and it's, like I said, it's been about 4 hours on. So I think at this point, I'm going to focus on making our glaze and get that ready so that we can start to put it on when we get into that 192. So for our glaze, the base we're going to go with is pineapple juice. I want about a cup of the stuff. Then I also want 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I want about 1/4 cup of soy sauce. I want a whole jalapeno. And 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, or apple cider vinegar in this case. I'm also going to toss in a tablespoon of butter for good measure. Now what we want to do is get this nicely mixed together. And then we're going to throw this onto the stove until it reduces by about half. That'll get it more of a sticky complexion and get us where we need to be when we actually want to just baste it onto our ribs. 20 or 30 minutes later, and this is ready to go. You can still see it's kind of liquidy, but that's also just because it's really hot, so I want to cool it off a bit. As it cools, it will thicken up more. Side note, I'm just going to put this directly onto my ribs, glaze them down. You can do that. What we could also do is take some of this and mix it in with your favorite barbecue sauce. That would actually be pretty darn good. I'm not going to do that myself, but definitely something you could try. But what I am going to do, like I said, cool off a bit, and then it's going to go onto our ribs as a glaze. I'm looking to do it about 194-ish maybe until they're completely done. You can go a little bit earlier. I just don't want anything to burn because there's a decent amount of sugar in here. Man, it is very windy out, so I hope you guys can hear me. But basically, we are at the point now where it's time to begin putting some glaze on. So I'm just going to take a little brush and glaze down our ribs while we wait for them to get to that final finishing point, which I really like to do the test. Temperature-wise, you're looking at, I don't know, 198, 200 degrees, somewhere in there. But I like them when your ribs just fold in half, basically. But let's get this glaze on there. Let them keep doing their thing. We are at 195 degrees right now, which means we have a little bit to go. I should probably be able to get 2 or 3 glaze sessions on there. I'm going to wait about 5-10 minutes for this to adhere to the ribs. Oh boy, that's really dark. Hopefully you guys can see that. But I wanted to adhere to the ribs, and then we will do it again until they're finished. Alrighty, now these ribs look good to me. I mean, that bend test, that's ready to go. The flapper test, I like to call it. These are looking really good. They got a great color on them. It's about an hour till we're ready to eat, honestly. So what I'm going to do is these are going to go into tin foil, and they're going to go into my toaster oven at about 140 degrees. And I'm just going to hold them there. I think I'm going to wrap them with a couple pieces of pineapple. So I'm going to put like some slices of pineapple on top to wrap them in tin foil. And I think that's going to add a little bit extra flavor. But we'll come back when we're actually ready to eat these suckers and see how we did. Now, if you've watched a bunch of videos on this channel, you know that I'm not a huge fan of spicy food. I do like some spice, but I'm not the kind of guy that goes and gets, you know, buffalo wings that are just insane and you can't taste any of the flavor. But I do like the flavor of jalapenos. I don't like to eat a bunch of jalapenos, but I like the flavor that's on the back end before all that spice. Now, these ribs, I'm really hoping that we're going to have the sweetness from the brown sugar and some of that pineapple juice and that pineapple flavor, and then also have some heat from the jalapenos. These were cooked for about 5 or 6 hours on the Weber Kettle. Got a bunch of smoke on them, I'm sure. And they look great. I mean, they have a really nice glaze to them. I think these are going to be fantastic. But most importantly, I think we need to give them a good old-fashioned chomp and see how we did. Oh, yeah. You can see there's a nice smoke ring on there. They smell really good. They smell nice and smoky. Oof. I'm ready to give this a chomp. Here we go. So you can definitely taste the pineapple on there. You can taste some heat. The Cajun rub is definitely coming through. It tastes really good. It smells really good. There's a good smoke flavor on there. It's not overly sweet. It's not overly spicy. Obviously, if you want more sweet, add some more sugar when you're doing your glaze. If you want some more spicy, add more jalapenos or more Cajun, cayenne pepper to that Cajun rub. But this is a good middle ground. Smells really, really good. Super tender ribs. Honestly, these are really, really good, guys. If you're looking to mix it up and you want to do some more sweet and spicy, if you want to do some completely different than your usual just barbecue ribs, give these one a try, guys. But most importantly, I'd love to know down below, what is your favorite type of non-traditional ribs? Honestly, everybody likes doing barbecue style, but what other than barbecue style, just your traditional barbecue sauce, what do you guys like doing? Now, all that being said, guys, the most important thing is that you guys get out there and cook something absolutely fantastic. If you give this one a try, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Most importantly, I'll catch you on the next UFO barbecue. Bye-bye.